It's almost showtime for Rupert Murdoch. Along with his son James and protégé Rebecca Brooks, he's been summoned to appear at a parliamentary inquiry tonight. It promises to be a fiery affair. Outraged MPs will demand answers on Britain's phone hacking scandal. Beamed live across the globe, Mr Murdoch's performance will be heavily scrutinised amid suggestions his grip on his media empire is slipping. If tonight is the main event, the day has certainly set the scene with yet more extraordinary twists and turns. Here's Europe correspondent Philip Williams.
Another hour, another resignation. This time the country's top anti-terrorism policeman, Assistant Commissioner John Yates, had said back in 2009 there was nothing in the hacking evidence.
It is a matter of great personal regret that those potentially affected by phone hacking were not dealt with appropriately.
John Yates is also being investigated over allegations of improperly helping the daughter of this man get a job with the police. Neil Wallace is a former News of the World deputy editor and PR consultant to the police.
Sadly, there continues to be a huge amount of inaccurate, ill-informed and on occasions downright malicious gossip being published about me personally.
The government has set up yet another inquiry into a series of allegations of improper behaviour involving the police.
These allegations are not, unfortunately, the only recent example of alleged corruption and nepotism in the police.
The pressure is also on the Prime Minister, David Cameron, who's cutting short his Africa trip to recall Parliament on Wednesday. The opposition is demanding the Prime Minister tell all about his connections to his former communications chief, Andy Coulson, arrested over the hacking allegations.
Sir Paul Stephenson has taken responsibility and resigned over the hiring of Mr Coulson's deputy, when the Prime Minister hasn't even apologised for the hiring of Mr Coulson.
No one has argued that the work he did in government in any way was inappropriate or bad.
In another tragic twist to this story, the man who blew the whistle on hacking, former News of the World showbiz reporter Sean Hoare, has been found dead in his outer London home. He'd claimed his then editor Andy Coulson did know about the practice, something he'd always denied. But all the attention will now be focused on Rupert and James Murdoch's appearance before the Parliamentary Committee. They'll be joined by Rebecca Brooks despite her recent arrest.
And that parliamentary committee hearing is only a few hours away, and as we mentioned, there are reports the future of Rupert Murdoch himself could be on the line. We're joined by Philip Williams now in London. Phil, tell us more.
Yes, serious concerns emanating from investors in News Corp in the United States. Possible moves against him, worried about his whole handling of this crisis. His evidence today will be watched extremely carefully. If he does very poorly, his very position at the helm of this amazing empire could be under threat.
Phil, this hearing has been set down for 2 hours. Is there any sign yet of how it's going to play out?
Well, the Murdochs will be interviewed first, then Rebecca Brooks. But what they can say, we simply don't know. There's no doubt they'll say they can't answer certain questions because of legal constraints. But everyone will be focused on this hearing because it's the first time, the first chance we've really had to talk to these people at the top about what they knew and when they knew it.
And Phil, the British Prime Minister David Cameron has cut short his trip to Africa. Is he also on shaky ground?
He's under a great deal of pressure because of his association with Andy Coulson. He's called a special sitting of Parliament for tomorrow, so he's under extreme pressure too. The casualty list may yet grow. It grows by the hour, and he'll be trying to avoid being added to that list.
Philip Williams in London, thank you.